Welcome, everybody, to the Sales Unscripted podcast. My name is Brian Neal. I told you. I was going to do something fun. Margaret was downstairs. I'm kind of in a hurry. So I just was going to start the episode before she even got up here.
I literally just walked in.
So you literally just walked in. We have no topic. We haven't talked.
I have
How
a
topic.
topic.
You doing? We have a topic.
I have a topic. So
you have
even
some
though
coffee. It smells really good.
I needed some. I was feeling like a little bit like.
Can't do that.
I
Can't do that.
I needed
Glad
it.
you're back. Well, I'm glad you have a topic.
Me
We're
too.
here every weekend. Glad. Do you have any idea how many people listen to this show? I have no idea.
I
We can
have
look up the
no
stats.
idea.
So if it's both of you, then
I was gonna
hello,
say,
kids.
I was like, maybe it's our mothers. I don't know.
It's not my mom. Oh man, what? No, she's still alive.
Oh, I was like, it's your mom, Dad. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
My dad is, but that's okay.
Okay, all right.
Which is
okay.
really weird because this morning on my other podcast, this thing came up about my dad who's passed away.
Okay.
And
I
it's a
knew
thing.
your dad had passed
Yes,
away.
but
and
my
then I
mom is
was
still
like,
alive. She does have to have a. She doesn't listen, so I can talk about
Okay,
this.
great.
Not violate any HIPAA laws. She's got to have a little procedure to make her ticker go.
Oh.
You know,
Like,
but
is
it's
that
very
coming up?
outpatient. Yeah,
No
yeah.
big deal.
No.
Okay, good.
I don't think
All
so.
right.
From what I'm told. Maybe I should ask Fred.
Oh, we should ask Fred.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
Well, we'll check
regulate
in
it.
with Dr. Fred and see what the deal is.
Make the pace the make. Okay.
Okay. I'll lay my topic
Topic.
on you because this is top of mind for
I
me
love
right
this.
now.
I love it. I'm ready.
Okay, we are getting, and I bet a lot of people are too, a lot of it's a lot of economic uncertainty, tariffs. There's we don't know, headwinds, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
So we're not making any decisions.
Yeah.
And I mean shut down left, right, and center.
Interesting.
And I'm like, look, guys,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I understand because it's like, hey, I get it. Things feel very uncertain. A lot of things feel outside of your hands, especially we work with a lot of folks in the automotive industry. The tariff thing has been a little bit wacky because it's one and then the other and back and forth and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I always come back to, I'll give you my 2 cents,
All right.
is what can we control?
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
I totally understand that this is something that's on your mind. We cannot control it. You can't control it. So let's focus on the things that we can control. I don't know. Does this come up for you? How are you coaching people through it?
This is great. This is just such a good topic.
Okay, good.
And I love this because I literally, for those of you listening, I was kind of in a hurry and I was, you were here right on time and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I want to get going. So I came up here super early, got all this stuff set up. I'm waiting for you. And then I just hit play before you were even up the stairs or record, I guess, which was just great. So thanks for playing along. And you're just like, I got a topic. Okay, it's perfect. So this is an awesome topic because we've been through this. You've been through. You're a little younger than I am, so you've been through 2 big economic.
Yes.
How old were you in 08, 09? Were you just out of college?
I was just out of college. I graduated in 07.
So you kind of didn't even know better. You
not
just
at
sort of
all.
knew. You didn't know.
I had no idea.
But I went through the boom. So I went through the 99, 2000, 2001 .com bubble bust.
Oh, yeah,
Then
yeah,
08,
yeah.
09, and now here we are. Then we had COVID, which really was the opposite.
Yeah, I
in
know,
the end, right?
actually.
And so here we are, like a little headwind. So this is normal, number one.
Right.
And one of the problems is we've been on such a long run
Yes.
up.
Yes.
You guys don't know any better.
Yeah.
Millennials don't know any better.
Totally.
You don't know any better. Well, what do you mean headwinds? What? Well, I thought we just kept going up.
What
Isn't
are
this supposed to?
headwinds?
Don't we just
Up
keep,
and to the right.
Don't we just get to keep making
just
money and
take orders.
taking our dogs to work and wear medium T-shirts and get stock options and work from home and then leave the company when we don't like what's going on because they're not validating my feelings?
That's the plan.
That's kind of it. Anyway, says the Gen Xer. So here's the deal. So I want to be slightly empathetic to all these things, but here's the other part. Let's go with in your world. Because you asked me, do we have clients? So we have some clients have zero impact.
Okay,
like
sure.
none because they're local or U.S. based.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe they're a service thing, just almost none. Some clients that have manufacturing facilities across the world, and that's a thing. And it's just a pain in the ass more than anything else.
Yeah.
If it's just a pain in the ass, okay?
Right.
And lots of things are a pain in the ass,
Yeah.
right? We
Yeah,
were
yeah.
bitching about COVID because we couldn't get our stuff.
Yeah.
All the ships are over there. We
Supply
can't get the ships,
chain
right? We
and-
can't make it. I'm selling it, man. I'm selling it, but I can't. So
Totally.
it's always a little thing.
Yeah.
Never is business like, oh, things are pretty good. We're just like cooking along.
Yeah.
So let's get to the root of the thing. Let's go in your world.
Okay.
The car dealers sell cars.
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Okay. Do they want to sell more cars? Yes or no?
Always.
This isn't like a logic trap. This is just common sense.
Yes.
And is it more difficult or easier to sell cars when the economy is slower? It's harder.
right.
It's more difficult.
Yeah.
People are a little more shoppy. If any time you were going to invest in your salespeople's productivity and effectiveness, why would you not do it right now? Now is when you buy co-video.
Exactly.
When
you need the thing.
You have to have co-video now because it's so competitive and it's slower and your salespeople need an advantage. You don't need co-video when there's no inventory.
Right.
That's a legit excuse. I got nothing to sell.
Totally.
And that could happen. So I don't want to but that's true. That's very valid.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Right. And then you got to switch. Well, let's do it for service. Let's do it for trades or whatever. Use it but that's not a real compelling argument. No. Now, you're going to get your checkbook out right now. I would get my checkbook out to buy something that makes my sales process more effective. My salespeople are stronger, stand out, differentiate. It blows my mind.
Dude,
it's
tell me about
when the economy slows and people cut marketing.
No, oh my God.
I'm not even a marketing guy.
I was going to say the same thing. That is the moment.
Why would you cut marketing?
And I'm like, this is when you need the thing the most.
You outsource your accountant.
Yeah.
You get rid of your controller.
Right.
Sorry, controllers. I can outsource. We have an outsourced controller. You can outsource that. That's 2 salaries. And then take that and do some advertising with it.
It's the mindset, right?
Oh my God.
The mindset is very not thinking like opportunity. It's like, oh my gosh, I've got to get real close and tight and small on everything.
Man.
And you're like,
and it's not that bad.
No, it's not. And a lot of it is also imagined right now. Like the impact hasn't been felt technically, at least in our world when we're thinking about tariffs and inventory and all that sort of thing. It may eventually, but now it's all just kind of in people's heads. Like this thing could happen maybe. And I'm like, it changes every moment. So who's to say?
Well, who's to say? That's a very Indiana mom thing. Well, who's to say? I mean, I don't know. I'm going to go into town here in a minute.
It is what it is.
So this is another element too, but it's imagined. So, and I say this, so this is non-political stuff, but we heard this a little bit in the fall, didn't we? We want to wait and see what happens with the election, right?
Right.
And the election happened. And then what happened after the election? Really nothing.
Right.
I mean, you have these, you sign all these things, but really you went to work the next day, talked to your customer, you know what I mean? Mostly the same things. And then you get these tariffs like, oh my gosh, we're whacking everybody on tariffs. And I'm like, okay, well, here we are. We're recording our podcast,
Well, okay, let's think about it then. Do you think, now that we're talking about this, is it just, if we're thinking about the root of why this comes up, is it an easy thing to go to that everybody's talking about, that you can be like, here is something I don't want to think about, changing up my process. I want to keep things the way that they are. I don't know. And it just feels like an easy excuse that you can throw at somebody and hang up the phone.
Yeah, I just don't know why you would do that.
Yeah.
I would be more open than ever right now to say, hey, look, if a business is going to get tough, we've got to get really freaking good at our processes and our systems and our things that make us stand out and are different.
Yeah.
And anyone can sell a car when there's no inventory.
Yeah. Right.
When everyone's looking for a car and there's no one to buy, anyone can sell a car.
During COVID, it was very Oprah. It was like, you get a car and you get a car and you get a car. So I'm sorry, I don't want to make this all about me. I mean, it's kind of great.
It is.
It's kind of great. But I'm curious if other people are hearing this. And maybe it's not even just about economy and tariffs, but how do we handle objections that we can't do anything about and actually our prospects can't do anything about? It's a little bit more of almost like a therapy session when they bring up these things and you have to be like, hey, I understand why this is concerning, but let's keep our eye on the prize.
Yes.
We can't control this. Let's think about the things that we can control in those moments, right? And just trying to redirect them to something that's more productive. Is that kind of how you would handle that?
That's a great word. There's a book called The Challenger Sale.
Yeah, okay.
It's really popular / famous, and it's pretty old, but it's got some good stuff. So it was written in 2009 or 12 or something like that. So it's at least 10, 12 years old, whatever it is. Anyway, but it has a concept in there that I think is fantastic. Okay. And I've made because I studied a lot and then went through some certification with another client with it. And so I call myself the Challenger Whisperer. Oh, I love it. Don't you love when you give yourself a name? Anyway, one of the things they talk about is called reframing. And this is a Challenger-esque thing that good salespeople do is they reframe situations. And what you're talking about, this is nothing more than challenger-oriented reframing, which is just thinking of something in a different way.
Yes.
Salespeople are weak, though, at this because they're afraid of the conflict of it. They're afraid to go against the grain of the customer. Like, you know what? I want you to think about that differently. And with good intention, now we're in plain zero world. Not with intent to flip to sell, but you can tell. I'm not in your business. I don't call on. We don't do any work in car dealers.
Right.
And I am so pissed that these people
are.
It's so stupid.
I know.
It's so stupid. It's so short-sighted.
Yes. Exactly.
So my intent's clean, and I would tell every GM, every general sales manager, any leader who's like, oh, we're a little uncertain over here. So,
Right.
Now, also, relatively speaking, how much for a place, a dealership that sells 80 to 100 copies, that's industry talk for units and cars, a month. Nice size business. They might have 10, 12, 15 salespeople, right? Ish. Maybe if you're in that, how much is that going to be co-video? Just rough numbers, a month ish.
I don't know.
But
$695.
$700.
Yeah. I mean,
what?
Exactly.
What, you spent $700 in Jimmy John's bribing your BDC on the weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For nothing. They just eat it and it's gone. No, you get nothing from that.
Well, and I'm trying to get them again to reframe, because if it's like, hey, economy and leads are slower, and I'm like, okay, great. Let's break that down for a second then, right? So if you've got fewer leads, let's talk about what you were doing to try to convert as many of those leads as humanly possible, because the value of those leads just went up, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So what are we doing around that?
Yes.
And they're just not thinking about it. They're like, I need more leads. And I'm like, well, bro, you can't control demand.
Right.
So
and
again, what can you control?
No. And in this market, you don't need more leads because you're in a market where people are there. So I'll play their hand back to them. Everyone's a little hesitant. So you want more hesitant people showing up? No.
Good point.
You need to convert the people that need to be converted, that are past the hesitancy, that have to buy a car, really need to buy a car, really need to get whatever people sell.
Yep, exactly.
So that drives me crazy.
I know.
Can you tell?
I know. I could tell you got hot immediately. You were like,
so I'm like, no, you've got to do that. We've got a great client. We were with them for a long time before and during COVID. And their CEO, who's like a wires and gears and like math guy.
Okay, yeah.
He said, and he was talking about the 08-09 recession, and he was leading his company through that. He goes, the last time we went through a downturn, the first thing I cut was sales and marketing. I'll paraphrase that.
Okay.
And he said, and he goes, we got clobbered.
Hammered.
He said, I will never do that again. I am doubling down. So he spent money with us when his business was trending off during the COVID slowdown.
Smart.
He spent money with his sales team. Can I call you dude? Dude. I hate when I do that. They went from, I'm going to rough numbers here. I'm going to go there 3.5x their business in 5 years. 3.5, and this is a way bigger company than Covideo.
Yeah. So that you're like booming.
A great number. And I give him all the credit. He saw it. He knew he was going to J curve a little bit, but if he doubled down on sales, he would win projects from competitors who were getting quiet and shy.
Exactly. Not just quiet and shy is a great way to say that, because like I have some people who I'm like trying to coach because they're feeling sheepish about calling. And I'm like, bro, here I'm saying bro again. I'm like, dude, you could say, this is the reason I'm calling.
Oh, that's great.
Like, I'm not calling in spite of it. I'm calling because of it.
Oh, look at you go.
Like,
let's go. Preach, sis.
Come on.
Month of May, we're here.
God, I love May.
Isn't it great?
God, I love May in Indianapolis.
Yeah, those of you who aren't from Indianapolis, the month is a whole celebration. You maybe have heard we did a little live recording out of Indianapolis Motor Speedway a while back. Joey, who we had on.
Oh my gosh, he's
blew up.
So funny.
Well, he blew up. I mean, he's on like
so good.
NFL, and he's on Pat McAfee.
Good for him. He's awesome.
We're not. We're still. I'm kidding. We're doing great. We're doing great. Exactly. 100%. So that's and I know that's a little rantish.
But thank you for talking me through that, because I was feeling the same way, and I'm like, am I taking crazy pills here?
No.
No. I feel like I've got the right lens on this, but okay.
And
cool.
it's great
Thank
that you just took it another step which is now is when you amplify your co-videos call volume to dealers, because now more than ever they need help.
Yes.
The inventory problem isn't an issue. They need to convert. They need to be as efficient and as effective as they can in the sales process, and they've got to stand out and differentiate like never before in recent history.
Right. Especially because buyers are shopping around more
totally,
too, right?
100%. They're more picky. They need better experience and process.
Yep. Okay, good.
Sorry.
Just wanted to check.
That was a good one.
Thanks for.
Hope that helps.
It helps me. I hope it helps you guys too. That was like my own little therapy session.
And here's where I go next with this. Okay, so let's just play for fun. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, all the tariffs get released and lifted. All of them.
Right.
There's no more tariffs anymore.
Right.
We're right back to last year. Now what's the problem?
Yeah, it's something else.
Exactly.
It's something like name it.
Exactly. Then what is it? Yeah, then is it going to be? Then it goes back to inventory or something. It's like, you got to see through these things and pick and choose. And if you would say to me, in an automotive shop, hey, I'm going to extend my service bay and I'm going to go into debt to build 14 new service bays, top of the line. I'm going to invest like $4.5 million and I'm do it right now. That one I might be like, you know what? Why don't you chill for a bit, and see what happens before you sign on the line for an expansion for $4.5 million for $8,500 a year.
I mean, we're talking
for the whole
minimum
team
cost.
Oh my God, you can 10x that investment on your gross margin in the car business. It's stupid.
Oh, I love doing that math with people in real time. If you guys aren't already mathing things on calls with people.
Mathing? Did you say mathing?
Mathing.
Is that a verb?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a real word?
Is the math mathing? Totally. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. I math. Do you math?
Like girl math. I'm like back of the napkin. I'm like,
I got involved in a girl math situation.
Tell me what it was.
Well, I'm not going to say where, but I'm going to say that we went on a little getaway, my wife and I, and we came home early. My suggestion, great suggestion. Okay. New rule. You're a big traveler.
Yeah.
Always come home Saturday.
That's a fact.
Always come home Saturday.
That's a great pro tip.
We were planning on coming home Sunday. We travel. I'm like, we got to get home Saturday. We need Sunday. So
you're right.
So we had some plans, and I got a refund on our plans. I get this $500 deposit back.
Paid for itself.
That I really didn't have to. And then my wife got a new designer bag, which was way more than the deposit we got back. But she said, that kind of offsets the cost of my bag.
No, 100%. I am completely on board with Steph with this one.
Such girl math, isn't it?
I am on board with
wow,
her.
that means my bag only costs this much. I'm like, yeah.
Girl math is when you get your tax return and you're like, I made money.
Exactly.
My dad is always like, that's your money.
And it has been the whole year. They've just been sitting on it, making interest on it. But no, Dad, but now it's mine. Look, I get. It's like, else you feel like it's extra money.
Totally.
Like I get extra money that I didn't make. Like,
Not extra. Not extra.
It's so funny. Okay, good
Glad
session.
we did this. Thanks, guys.
Bravo.
Bye.
Bye.